Hello, everybody, and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I'm bringing you a special video today where I will be discussing a couple of movie trailers that have more or less caught my eye in the last couple recent weeks and or months. Um, just a few. I'm not going to discuss every single movie trailer I've seen. Just a few that, like I said, have caught my eye. Like I said, for better or for worse. I'm gonna give you my couple of thoughts on them, give you my thoughts on a couple of those, and whether I might go see them at the theaters or not. So with that being said, let's get it underway. This is a somewhat new thing I'm doing, I'm guessing. I have seen some of these movie trailers and I thought about like, okay, maybe I should do a video discuss a few of them because I've seen where people discuss movie trailers or they do their live reactions to them. So I figured I'd try something similar out to that by just discussing a few movie trailers, like I said, that I want to discuss today. Kicking things off, we're going to talk about Street Fighter. Of course, that comes out, I think, next month. I was going to do a combination of Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat when I first thought of this video, but Mortal Kombat is out already. Um, I will be honest, when I was younger playing video games, I was always more into Mortal Kombat than Street Fighter. I have played Street Fighter a couple of times when I was younger, but I was always more into Mortal Kombat. My favorite character to play was Sub-Zero. I have seen the first Mortal Kombat movie. I mean, well, the first one of this new reboot. I saw it in the movie theaters when it first came out. I might go see the second one with a couple of my friends this week. Um, I have seen the original 90s movie version of Mortal Kombat, as well as its sequel, Annihilation. Um, they both got that 90s cheesy action style vibe, and it's what it was for at the time. I mean, it's at that time it was probably like, oh my God, it's like probably one of the best video game movies ever. You look back at it now, and I'm like, okay, well, like I said, it was good for what it was at the time. So I am excited to go see the new Mortal Kombat 2. Like I said, I'll probably go sometime this weekend. As far as Street Fighter goes, I have seen the original 90s version with Jean-Claude Van Damme, Raul Julia. It was like I said, it was that 90s cheesy action film, that they had around those times. As far as this new one goes, like I said, I've seen the trailer. It does look interesting. Like I said, I might not go see it at the movies when it comes out. That'll probably be one of the movies that I'll probably watch either when it comes out on streaming, or in my case, I have one of those little cable cheater boxes that plays movies that are in theaters already. So I'll probably even watch it on there when I get to it. It's not one of those movies that I'm like super anxious to see. I know, even though it does look, more has that more of a 2000s uh, vibe than the 90s one. But I would probably definitely check it out. Like I said, once it either comes on streaming or when it comes out and it drops on the cheater box that I have. Up next is Insidious Into the Further. Insidious is actually one of my favorite horror movie franchises. We actually binged the whole series last year, I think it was. I have seen the majority of them already. The first three I had seen, and then while we did the binge, there was I think the prequel and the fourth one which I didn't see, and then we just saw the most recent fifth one that came out. I want to say like a couple of years ago. Um, Insidious, I can honestly say the original one anyway, the first one is probably I can honestly say is probably one of the last real genuine creepy horror movies that I've seen in a good while. I watch horror movies nowadays and I'm just like, it doesn't like really like, woo, you know. But the original Insidious, when I first saw it, I was like, okay, the movie's actually pretty creepy. It has those creepy haunted house vibes. It's one of those movies that doesn't just get you with its jump scares. I mean, it does, but has both uses both the like I said, like the jump scares of like a ghost or whatever, but also gets you those jump scares just with the music and the score that it uses, and you could just be sitting there like this, and all of a sudden, the fuck, the music just like comes out of nowhere and it makes you jump and everything. But like I said, the original City is probably the best of the series. Like I said, it was probably Like I said, the last real scary movie that I seen. Um, this new one, I believe it doesn't continue the original story the from the series. I think it starts like a whole new family and storyline or something, more or less. But I would probably definitely that might be one that I probably will go check out at the movie theaters just to see the big jumps on the big screen. So that's definitely one I'll probably definitely go check out when it comes out. So yeah. Up next is a movie called Backrooms. Now, I could be wrong when I discuss this. I might be completely wrong and talking about something completely different. So excuse me if I am. I apologize if I do. The Backrooms, I guess, is based off of like some type of internet thing where I guess what I call backrooms or something. Like I said, I could be wrong when I'm explaining this, so excuse me if I am. Um, Before I was doing like actual research on what backrooms really are, because I see like the TikTok videos where they say like backrooms are like something that seems familiar to you in a way, like you feel you've been there before, like in a dream or maybe in a past life or something. If that is the case, like I've had plenty of dreams about like backrooms. Like again, I say I could probably be talking about something completely different. So excuse me if I am just rambling on about something that has nothing to do with this movie is. But I have had plenty of dreams, where I'm in like places where, again, like seem oddly familiar, but it's not really there. Like for example, like I could dream that I could be at like an old house that I grew up in, or it's a house that I've been to, and like you go down to the basement, and there's like another passageway in the back somewhere that leads to like a whole nother completely um like different location, a whole nother house or something. Like there was once where I had a dream where I was like at one of my cousin's houses. I went down to the basement and there was like another like a back room in the back. And then if you like went through the wall or something, there was like another passageway that led to like a whole completely different house or whatever. And yeah, and there was the one time I dreamt like there was like another room inside my bedroom closet from my childhood years. I've had dreams like that about my job, where I work at, like about secret passages that I know aren't there. But I've always dreamed that okay, there's like some hidden passageway here or like that. Like I said, that's kind of what this is about because like I said, I've seen like TikToks and all that people talking about back rooms, which are, like I said, familiar places where you feel like you've been there before, but you can't really explain it. And again, if I'm talking about something completely different and nothing to do with what actual backrooms is about, excuse me. If not, well, hope you enjoyed my rant. Um, but yeah, this movie does seem very interesting, and I think that might be one that I probably will go check out just for the fact of how creepy and imaginative it feels. So I think that's one that I probably might, maybe for sure, go to the movies and check out. Up next is Disclosure Day, and if you have no idea what the hell that is, it's the newest movie from one of my favorite directors, Steven Spielberg. And from what I've seen in the trailers and from what read online, it looks like it may be an alien movie. If you don't know, a couple of my um, guilty pleasures when it comes to movies are alien movies, dinosaurs, natural disasters, and big giant creatures. Those are like my guilty pleasures when it comes to films. And of course, Steven Spielberg is probably my second favorite director. My number one we'll get to in a bit. It's funny because three of my favorite directors are featuring what will be talked about in this video. Um, so yeah, Steven Spielberg, like I said, one of my favorites. I've always enjoyed when he does like those science fiction kind of movies, like E.T. Obviously is a good one. Another one that's really really good that I remember from when I was a kid and actually kind of creeped me out when I was a kid is Close Encounters of the Third Kind. If you've never seen it, it's a movie about aliens that come to visit us. We try to make contact with them, and then at the very end of the movie, they make the contact, and the aliens come out the ship. And I remember being creeped out because of the way the aliens looked when they came out the end of the movie. So yeah, even though like yeah they creeped me out, but I was like I'm still like I like watching those kind of movies. So I would definitely for sure want to check this one out. because, like I said, it's one of my favorite directors. It's a movie that I like seeing, aliens and stuff. I mean, I just rewatched these trailers before I did this video, so I can get like more final thoughts on these. And um, it's pretty obvious that this movie is going to be some type of alien contact, alien encounter type of movie. And like people are trying to cover it up. That's the vibe I get from it. I try not to read too much into like the production news I see like online. I'd rather just see the trailer and figure it out for myself. Um, I think so. Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure like 99% of people who have seen this movie are kind of ready to tell you this probably has something to do with aliens and UFOs. I think I'll be more disappointed if it didn't, and the whole thing was like I don't know, a projection or maybe like not real, kind of thing, or the whole thing was a dream. I think I'd be pretty upset with that. But I said I think this one that I'll probably definitely for sure go check out. Next up we have Spider-Man Brand New Day, which comes out on my birthday. Um, Ooh, I want to think about that because that means I'm getting older and I'll be 1 year closer to 40. So I did not want to talk about that. Um, I love superhero movies. I love comic book movies. I've been a fan of superheroes and comic books since I was a kid. When I was young, I used to collect comic books. I have no idea what happened to them. I had them all: Batman, Spider-Man, Captain America, Superman. Um, I had pretty much all of them. I used to go to the little corner store by where I used to live when I grew up, and I would like go after school and buy comic books. I used to have like a big giant stack of GI Joe. Like I said, I have no idea what happened to them. But anyway, Spider Man is, I can honestly say, my second favorite superhero. Um, I know I love Spider Man, and Tom Holland has been amazing as Spider Man. And this is the next movie in the MCU. Um, and it looks to take like more. It looks like it's taking a more grounded approach, which is usually what Spider-Man usually is. He's not one of those. I mean, if you really think about it, he's more of a street level hero than one that's like whimsical and fantasy and going off into adventures in space too much. He's more like I could probably go outside to the corner store. I see Spider-Man just walking around the neighborhood. One of those kind of superheroes. But like I said, it looks really good from the trailer that I've seen, and it looks like we might get like some more MCU characters. We already have know for sure the Punisher will be in there, the Hulk will be in there. There's rumors that Sadie Sink will be playing Jean Grey. Um, there's also we got the Scorpion in there. There's rumors that Daredevil might show up. So yeah, I most likely would definitely go see this one. That'll probably be my birthday present to myself to go see it on my birthday when it comes out. Like I said, I love the MCU. It has its ups and its downs, obviously. Side note, what I do plan on doing is before getting ready for Doomsday, which comes out this later this year. Yes, I am one of those people who is eagerly awaiting to see that Doomsday trailer. So I will not be talking about that trailer here today, obviously. But yeah, I am waiting for that trailer. Everyone is. What I will probably do is probably do a binge of the MCU once again in preparation for Doomsday. I did rank the MCU once on my movie page. Feel free to check it out. I think I might do it again and see where some movies get moved around because I have added some of the newer movies that came out since I did that binge. But yeah, definitely for sure I would be seeing Spider-Man Brand New Day in theaters. Like I said, on my birthday. So happy birthday to me. Hey, birthday present. If you want, give me some tickets to go see Spider-Man. I will not be upset at all. So yeah. Speaking of superheroes, we also have Supergirl coming out this year. Now, like I said, I love comic books and superheroes. I've always been more of a Marvel guy. Um, I never really been much into DC. I do like DC, don't get me wrong, but I never really been into it like I am with Marvel. Yeah, and the funny thing is while I've always been more of a Marvel guy, my favorite superhero is Batman, which of course is DC. But yeah, Batman has always been my favorite superhero. But like I said, I never really been too much into DC. When the DC universe, the original timeline came out a few years back, with Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman. I probably see maybe like half of the movies in that series. Um, like I said, Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, Justice League, the original. I haven't seen the Zack Snyder version yet. Both Suicide Squads, the first Wonder Woman, um, Birds of Prey are the only ones I've seen from the DC timeline. And then when they decided to reboot it with James Gunn, who is a great director, um, okay, I said maybe I'll give it a chance, but again, I didn't really get around to seeing it. I still have not seen the James Gunn version of Superman. It's one of those movies where like if I see it, I'll see it. It's like not really a top priority for me. I think I did start watching it at one point, and then I got like 20 minutes in, and I think I switched to something else. Um, that's kind of how it is with Supergirl. I mean, like I said, I like Millie Alcock. She's a good actress, but like I said again, I'm probably not that prioritized to see the movie. Again, it'll probably be one of those I'll see it when I see it type of movies. Up next, we have The Odyssey, which another movie from another of my favorite directors, Christopher Nolan. The Odyssey, I'm actually excited to see. I've been excited to see this since they first announced it because that Odyssey has always been one of my favorite Greek stories when I was younger. I read the story in high school, and it's always been one of my favorites. I like the whole story, how it goes from the Trojan War to Odysseus trying to find his way home and everything, and the Cyclops and all that. And I did watch some, like a nine, I don't know if it was 90s version of the movie of that in English class my high school year. And again, that was actually pretty good. Like I said, it's my favorite, one of my favorite Greek stories. The cast for this is stacked. We got Matt Damon, Anne Hathaway, Robert Pattinson, Tom Holland. So many big names in there, including a couple of my favorites, Zendaya, Charlize Theron. I definitely for sure want to go see this on the big screen, maybe in IMAX, because like I said, it's been one of my favorite stories as a kid. So I definitely want to check that one out. Up next, we have Godzilla minus zero. If you have been on my movie page, I actually reviewed this when Godzilla minus one came out, and I ranked it the promising 9 out of 9 that I do. Yes, I go 9 because 9 is my lucky number. So I gave it a 9 out of 9 when I first saw it because oh my god, that movie is freaking amazing. I just love it. It's even though I saw it in the movies as with the Japanese language and they had little English subtitles, but that doesn't really distract you from what's going on because it's just such an amazing movie. The story is great, the characters are great, the visuals, oh my god, are freaking fantastic. I love the visuals in this movie, especially the water out in the water, the ocean scenes. Those are some of my favorites in that movie. And it's great to see Godzilla for what he naturally is, and that is a menacing beast that just walks around stomping shit. So yeah, that was like I said, of course, he may not look as realistic, but think about it. How realistic can you get a giant 200-foot dinosaur creature? How much more realistic can you get? But that movie was amazing. I've seen it multiple times. I never get tired of watching it. And then when I saw the trailer for Godzilla Minus Zero, which is the sequel, I got even more excited. I definitely will go see this one when it comes out. And I definitely, for sure, will love to see this on the IMAX. Also, there are rumors that King Ghidorah or a couple other kaiju from the Godzilla series might show up. King Ghidorah is freaking amazing. Rodan, whoever shows up on there, I would definitely gotta go see that one because I love Godzilla. I've been a Godzilla fan since I was a kid. I've seen all the movies in the MonsterVerse. I've actually been binging the original Godzilla series when I go to work on Saturdays during my lunch break, and when I have my breakfast, I've been watching the old school Godzilla films from like the 60s and the 70s. I probably won't rank them because I didn't think about doing that until I was like halfway through like the fourth movie, and I'm probably like maybe like on the 10th movie already of the series, and I really don't plan on starting over, so I can do a ranking. So I'll probably just binge them and just watch them and maybe just give my complete thoughts on them later. But I would definitely the best Godzilla movie that I've seen is definitely Godzilla minus one, and I am really hoping and I am pretty certain that Godzilla minus zero will be just as good, if not better. Hopefully it is, and hopefully they keep. From what I see in the trailer, the visuals again look amazing, and I just can't wait to see this movie. And then last but not least, we have a movie called The End of Oak Street. Now, out of all these movies that I just mentioned, this is probably one of the ones I'm actually most excited because one, it's produced by my number one favorite director, J.J. Abrams. Yes, I even got J.J. Abrams glasses. Not exactly, but similar because But yeah, that's he's my favorite director. I love how he makes movies. One of my biggest dreams, of course, is to become a movie director myself. And if I was ever able to achieve that dream, one of my biggest goals would be to make a movie with each of my top five movie directors that I love. Christopher Nolan, M. Night Shyamalan. I know he gets a bad rap, but still, Tim Burton, Steven Spielberg, and of course J.J. Abrams. That is my number one goal in life is to become a movie director and to make a movie with J.J. Abrams. I once had a dream that me and him are making a movie together. Yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but hey, um, like I said, I love how he um, promotes his movies. He has that mystery vibe, like it keeps you guessing, like what the hell is this movie about? Like I remember when Cloverfield came out, when they first released the trailer. I remember exactly. They just released the trailer, gave a quick little clip of what was going on. They didn't even give a title. They just gave a release date, and people online were theorizing and wondering, guessing what the hell this movie was about until they saw the second trailer, and then they said, "Oh, okay, it's about some giant creature thing." Same thing when Super 8 came out, which is actually my favorite movie from J.J. Abrams. The movie trailer came out a whole year before the movie did. And again, people were, myself included, were wondering what is this movie about? Like, what's going on here? It doesn't really give you no details. It just gives like a small mystery in the trailer. So yeah, it was very exciting. And then to see this one, the end of Oak Street, I was like, oh, okay, new JJ movie, check it out. From the movie trailer, looks pretty interesting. From what it looks like something like I guess like a whole little neighborhood has been transported to some other location, and it appears to be that there's dinosaurs in this film. And again, like I said earlier, I love dinosaur movies. That I love them. I love the Jurassic Park movies and everything. And this made me interested even more because it's my favorite director. I love this whole mystery thing what's going on, and then it has freaking dinosaurs as well as Obi-Wan Kenobi in there. I mean, so yeah. So I definitely for sure will go see this one when it comes out at the theaters because I can't miss that. Um, that's I think out of all these movies I just listed, that's probably the one I'm most excited for to see because I just want to see what the hell JJ has up his sleeve. So yeah. Um, so yeah, those are my thoughts on a few movie trailers that have been coming out recently. Like I said, I like everybody else am waiting for that Avengers Doomsday trailer for it to hit. I will probably do a reaction video to that after it comes out. Again, it's something new that I'm trying out. Trying to get out different content for this channel. So yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I just wanted to give my thoughts and takes on some upcoming movies based off the trailers that I've seen. What about you? What movie trailers have you seen that have got you interested, or what movies are you looking forward to seeing this year or within the coming months or weeks or anything? I would definitely love to know, and I'm always open for a discussion. Again, thank you to everybody who's watched, liked, and subscribed. Thank you. I will see you in the next video. And again, happy Mother's Day to any mothers out there. Thank you.